Hello students, again welcome you back on our e-teaching, e-learning platform of GS College of Commerce, Varga. And I am your subject teacher for Business Management, BCom, second sem. In our earlier lectures, we have started our syllabus along with the paper pattern and the details regarding the all units of our business management. And we have also seen the meaning, concept, and nature and characteristics of management. So what we can conclude or what we can say that with the help of our last 3 or 4 videos, what is management, what is business management rather. It is a teamwork, it is a group activity, okay. In every organization, there are 3 different levels, and on these levels, the different peoples are appointed as per their experience, their knowledge, their expertise, their experience. And considering their appointments, they are delegating and distributing the works to their employees. Again, what? Considering the levels of the management. Who is on the top level? Who has all the powers and authorities to delegate and distribute the work. And accordingly, the employees are following the instructions, the jobs and the works which are proposed to them. So, in today's class, we will see what is the importance of management. Management is the center point of each and every business. Management. How to manage the business, how to manage the employees, and how to achieve its objectives and goals of every organization. Each organization has some stated goals. They have thought on their achievements, what they want to achieve, what is their target, what are their objectives, goals, aims for the establishment of the business, and every time they are trying to achieve their goals and want to reach to their targets. And for that reason, the management must be capable, management must be fruitful, so that ultimately the company can achieve its objectives. So, coming to the importance of the management, the very first point relates to achieving group goals. Again, the work is distributed, delegated and handed over as per their levels, as per their experience and the post which they have received in the organization. So, why it is said achieving group goals? Every organization has their goals, has their objectives and aims, and it is up to on the part of the employees, they have to achieve. They are trying to achieve those goals with the help of their managers, with the help of the top level management. And top level management, like managers and managing directors, they are like the elders behind their, means employer act as elder, and the other subordinates and the people who are connected in that organization in middle level or lower level, they are following the instructions, listening the work, the job which is handed over and which is delegated to them, and giving their performance as per the need of the work. So, achieving group goals. Clear? The point is clear? So, the next is increase efficiency. It helps in increasing the efficiency by using the various resources in the best possible manner. Every organization, every entrepreneur wants the available resources must be utilized up to the maximum, so that the cost will be saved and maximum profit will be earned. So ultimately it increases the efficiency of the employees. At the same time, they get the experience with the help of the expert employees. Okay, every level has the different employees, so they are giving their 100% in the work. So ultimately it increases their efficiency. There means whose? The employees' efficiency, which helps them to get the better opportunities in their future. Correct? So it increases efficiency. It creates dynamic organization. Now here the word dynamic means the persons who are working, who are appointed at different levels, they have some degrees, they have some special education, and they are working with their top level managers, or they are working with their employees and the heads of the department, which and every time the new rules, regulations which are introduced by the management, or rather some new policies which are introduced by the government also, which has to be followed, means implementation of the new techniques, new policies, new rules and regulations given by the management, at the same time the new rules by the government also, means the people who are related in the organization, they must be dynamic, they must be able to grasp the changes or adopt the changes which are existing in the system. So it is helpful for them to prove their dynamism at the workplace. So it creates dynamic organization. So ultimately it creates dynamic organization. If the people working in the organization, they are dynamic, they are having new ideas, new views, and they can adopt, they are flexible to adjust themselves with the new policies of the organization. So it creates dynamic organization. Then achieving personal objectives. See, when the people are working in a specific organization, in a specific enterprise, in a well-known MNCs, that is multinational companies, or a corporate offices. So while working in a particular organization, spending their time of 2 years or 3 years, it means they are experienced. So along with their professional growth, they are personally also growing. So the new courses, the new policies or training which has been given to the employees, different programs which the company is arranging, so it grows the personalities, the employees who are working in that management. So achieving personal objectives. So ultimately what is happening? Along with their professional growth, the persons, the employees are growing personally also, means on the basis of the existing organization, they can avail the better opportunities in the other companies which are existing in the market. So achieving personal objectives. Then ensures optimum utilization of resources. Just now we have discussed the resources which are available must be utilized in a maximum manner, optimum level, so that it saves. Okay, finance, as we are always talking about, it is the main resource, so it should be used in a right direction, or optimum utilization of finance ultimately saves the cost, gives the better results, and it is easy for the company to achieve its goals and aims and objectives. Then motivates people. The job of manager, he is acting as a leader, he is acting as an elder, he is acting as a motivator in the organization. He has to motivate people. Sometimes, as I have told you, he has to use the harsh language. He has to say that this target must be completed within the specific time limit or a specific hours. It means he is giving them a target, and to achieve that target, okay, he has to get the things done by his employees. The main motive or the main definition of management says to achieve the targets, to achieve the goals. So it is not easy. The set targets might have been possible. It is not easy for the group, for the people in the organization to achieve within minimum time. So it is up to the managers, to the top level people in the organization. They should motivate the employees, they should motivate their subordinates, so that the targets can be achieved within a specific time limit, within a specific period, and ultimately it is giving higher profits to the organization. And when the organization, when the management is top, when the management is working and giving their 100%, ultimately the company will grow, the growth and development of the company will be on a higher side. So motivates people. Who? Management motivates people. Coordinates activities. In coming lectures we will see the functions of the management, and these functions like planning, organizing, directing, staffing, controlling, coordinating, these all are the functions of the management. Coordinates activities. A manager has to coordinate not only the manpower in the organization but the resources available. Okay, every time The people will go to their higher authorities, to the boss who is working for them or to whom he is reporting. Okay, for example, there is a junior engineer, okay, and this junior engineer will report to the senior engineer. So again, senior engineer will go to the top level, the reporting boss of him. So he has to coordinate all the people in the organization. They are working together, they are working to coordinatingly, so that the achievement of goals will be easy and the work will be in a smooth and easy manner. So coordinates activities, fulfilling social objectives. When a producer, when a businessman or an entrepreneur, he is producing the goods and he is doing that business activity for the sake of people, for the sake of society. So in that case, social objectives, it means what? The quality product should be produced. The rates and prices of the product must be reasonable, so that a common man can afford those goods, and ultimately he, means the entrepreneur, will gain the market. He can capture the market of those goods and fulfilling social objectives. Okay, indirectly we are coming to that he should give a quality products, the rates of the product should be reasonable, the society can serve, means the people will say, that will gain the name and fame in the market, he will increase his goodwill in the market. So fulfilling social objectives helps in improving economic status of the people. The people who are working in the organization, after spending 2 years, 3 years, their salary is increasing slowly or gradually, but let it be slow and gradual, but the salary is increasing. So improving economic status of the employee, okay, and when we say that helps in improving economic status, see, business is always from both the ends. Somebody is producing the goods, the producer is producing the goods for the sake of the society. It means there are different peoples involved in that activity. The persons who are working in that organization, employees, main who is an employer, then again ultimately the goods are reaching into the market for the sake of people. So fulfilling social objectives helps in improving economic status and development of the society. Society is developed if the quality products are given to the consumers, or when the employees in the organization, they are getting better employment opportunities, or the other side we can talk about is that the new technology which is introduced in the market. So ultimately it is the development of the society. So from the angle of management, how management should be, or how the management works, what are the different ideas, different techniques they are using for their businesses, for their enterprises, that makes the difference, and ultimately the success and the achievement of its objectives, aims and goals becomes easy if the management is good, if the management is giving and trying, coordinating their people, coordinating, planning, organizing, directing, staffing, all the functions of the management which are the part and parcel of each business are utilized properly. It is taking place at the right time, right persons are appointed for the right job. Everything is possible with the management. So ultimately, who is responsible for the better organizational structure and a good development of the management? Ultimately the managers who are on the top level. So this is all about the importance of management. So here we have covered almost 10 points. The same has been provided to you in the study notes. So keep studying, stay safe. Thank you.